It's official. Billions has come to an end. Airing its series finale this week, series creators Brian Koppelman and David Levien said that the ending was crafted for the Billions obsessives. That's me. They're talking about me. My man, Bobby Axelrod, right there. I've got Chuck and Wendy and Taylor, too. They're just not up there, but there's Bobby right there. Okay, he's talking about me. I stuck around with the finance drama for all 7 years and potentially into multiple spin-offs on the other side. Spoilers coming. Spoilers coming. So if you haven't watched yet, I just warned you. Steve Miller Band's Take the Money and Run played viewers out in the opening and closing moments of the series finale of Billions, which ended a 7-season run with one last signature heist and one last big score for basically every single character. Well, everyone except for the late game antagonist Mike Prince, of course, because they kicked his ass. As often is the case with Billions, the final episode, Admiral's Fund, pulls the curtain back on events from previous episodes, only to reveal that they didn't exactly play out the way you thought they did. It looked like the holy alliance of Chuck Rhodes, money-making Bobby Axelrod, mental giant Wendy Rhodes, and their compatriots were dead in the water in their crusade to stop the egomaniacal billionaire Prince's historic run towards the White House. The Crusaders believed Prince would govern over the globe with dictatorial demeanor, and they were willing to put it all on the line to see him stopped. Now, in the Pendulum episode, it looked like their luck had finally run out. Of course, in classic Billion style, we didn't have the whole picture. The finale revealed that the critical people in Prince's camp were actually plotting against him for weeks, working with Chuck, Wendy, and Axe and the rest. Now, through a series of financial gymnastics, best left to smarter people to explain. Hey, I'm a smart person. I could have explained it, but we'll go on with that. Don't worry about it. The heroes of Billions are able to yoink the vast majority of Prince's wealth away from him and redistribute it amongst the vast majority of Bobby's people. Prince's White House run is derailed, and everyone else is either millions and millions of dollars richer or at least satisfied enough with a job well done. Indeed, some are satisfied enough to have a job at all, as the series finale goes out of its way to tip back to its own past, bringing back in old guard characters like Brian Connerty back into the fold. Previously disgraced and sent to prison, Connerty is brought back in by Chuck and Kate Sackler to get his law license back. Now, seen earlier in the season as a hibachi chef, Connerty gets to take his showy knife skills for one last spin in the very final scene of the series as he cooks the Rhodes family a hibachi feast fit for a king, as Take the Money and Run sends the show out on its way. It's about as happy an ending as possible for the characters of Billions. I would agree with that. I was extremely happy. It's one of the best, well-done finales of a series I have ever seen. Bobby wins. Fucking Axe is back, and he kicked his fucking ass. And he did exactly to Prince what Prince did to him, which, like, I loved every second of it. But what I really liked is Bobby is back doing what Bobby does. He brought all of his people back, so Axe Cap is all full intact. But what Taylor did not stay with him. She did not. They decided not to stay with him, but he knew that. And so his new building that he bought, he said that she could take over the lease, that it was they could take over the lease, and that it was all theirs if they wanted it. So that's what they did. And when they walk in, to their surprise, it's already got Taylor Mason Foundation on the walls, because he knew that they would say no to staying with him, because he knew. Here's what I was really happy with, really happy with. Kind of like at the end when they're all saying they're like what they're going to be doing and what they expect and everything. Wendy tells Bobby that she's not going to stay working for him, that she's going to keep the other job that she got, and that she's going to give it her all there. And he says, I don't know what I'm going to do without you. And she's like, you don't have to be without me. We're still in the same city. We still run with the same people. I'm here when you need me. I'm just not going to be in this building working with you. And he was like, okay, I can deal with that. So she's saying basically she's always going to have feelings for him. That's Bobby. She's always going to have that connection there. But that's what it is. Just, I have some feelings and there's a connection. Then she walks down And guess who's waiting for her? Chuck. And she said, I was hoping that you'd be here. No, I wanted you to be here. And Chuck said, I always am. And you always are. And so it ended, like they hinted with the hibachi scene, with the whole Rhodes family. Chuck and Wendy got back together. This makes me extremely happy. I read that as they are now back together, and he understands that she will always have feelings for Bobby. That's always going to be a thing, but that she loves him too, and that she wants to be with him and the family. I loved that that's how it ended. Everybody is back where they're supposed to be. And Chuck and Bobby kind of had this thing where they respect each other now. You know, Chuck's going back to, I'm going to do what I do, and if you do anything illegal, I'm coming after you. And Bobby's like, understood. And here's all your illegal shit back because I don't want to get you in trouble. And Chuck's like, you're hoping this buys you some luxury with me? And he's like, I expect it to buy me some luxury. So it's right back to where it always was. And I don't know. It was a very fitting finale, in my opinion. I thought it was perfect. And I hate that it's over. I will say this, though, and then we can move on. It certainly leaves the doors open. Axe is back. All the people are there. They're working. He's all about making the money. Prince hinted that he only has $100 million now. Poor guy. But they hinted that Wags might be going to Miami. Now, we know one of the new series is set in Miami. So will we see Wags go in there? Prince clearly hinted that he would be back to take down Bobby again. They just left the doors open. I think we're going to see all of these people again at some point, be it either on the spinoffs or maybe we see a revival down the road of Billions to see where they're at now, kind of a thing. But I love that it just wasn't closed and done. You know, they gave us the finale and it fit, but it also leaves doors open for my man to come back if we want him to come back. So